There's like 3 different types of hair that you can consider for your 3D models. The first type is what you can see right here from my Spirited Away animation, which is this kind of hair. Looks pretty simple because it is. It's basically just planes of hair. It looks great from this angle, but then when you move over here, it just disappears. So there is like a downside to this. And the downside, like the main downside with this one is just that it's turning invisible when you move over to this side. Like when you align with its planar direction or whatever, you can't see it anymore. And so this kind of style of hair strand or hair is only really useful only for details, or when you can only see it from one angle. Here you can see some planes too. Actually, well, there's not really planes, but they could be planes. Like these small hairs, they could, for example, be simple planes, because once you move over to this side, you wouldn't really see them anyway, because the other hair is in the way. Same actually for the eyebrows. Look at the eyebrows right here. They're just simple planes. And because they wrap around, well, like, I guess they're like planes plus like a triangle plane or whatever. Like they have a cut in the middle too to give it a little bit of volume, but still they're kind of like just planes. And because they wrap around the face, you can still see them from all angles, and you can't really see that as a plane because they're like right on the face. The last thing that this kind of plane hair creates is that they also create a lot of individual line art. So you wouldn't want to use it for a whole hairstyle, otherwise you would have like tons of line art that you probably don't want. So this is really useful for small details, but not really very useful for big hairstyles. The other 2 types are more useful for actual full hairstyles. The first one of those is hair tubes, is what I would call it. Something that a lot of people recommend is to use a curve, for example, and then just give it a depth like this. And then you can, for example, you can make this side smaller, and all of a sudden you have like a very, very, very simple hair strand that you can then use, to model the hair. The big difference between this one, of course, in terms of silhouette, it looks pretty similar. The main difference here is that it can be visible from all angles, and that's the benefit of this type of hair. So this one is kind of one of the 2 styles that you can use to create actual hairstyles. But look at, for example, Tanjiro here. You can see his hairstyle, you probably wouldn't want to use like the curves that I just showed you. These curves are very round and they create very smooth and round shading, and it doesn't look that great on very stylized or detailed hairstyles. What you would want to use for more, stylized stuff like this is where the curves have a certain profile. You can see the profile right here looks a little bit like a sort of like trapezoid, I guess. So this is kind of what Tanjiro's hair tubes kind of look like in terms of their profile. So if we were to apply this now, for example, to the curve with the bevel object setting, it has much more like, I guess, character to it, because it not only is super smooth, but it actually has some shape to it that is different from different angles, which gives it just a little bit more variation. It makes it look less boring and more natural. Of course, you don't need to necessarily use curves to model it like this. If you were to, for example, poly model these curves, it might be a bit harder. You might have more precision that way, but it might be a bit harder to place them correctly and like broadly shape them. With curves, you can do like broad shape adjustments much easier. It kind of just depends on which one you're more comfortable with. And this is kind of how you work with these tubes the best way. I would guess that the trapezoid works quite well for a lot of characters because it also has these very specific planes right here. So this is the underside, this is the upper side, and it's still kind of rounded like at the top versus at the bottom. So it creates a nice distinction between bottom and top, which creates a nice shading. But of course, you can play around with different, what would you call this, profiles to see which curve profile works the best for your characters. Here you can kind of see something similar. Like these are not actually, they're not round tubes, but they're just like cube tubes. These kind of border on the tube, I guess, style, and the third style that we're going to talk about now, which is what I would call the blanket style. If there's very little line art on the top of the hair, oftentimes that is because they use the blanket style of hair modeling, which basically means that those blankets that then have like those frills at the bottom. And imagine the blanket is basically the top of the head. See how this part all here is all one big flat shape. And then at some point you can see it splits up to create its own separate strands. See how the strands at some point separate from the top, which is all one shape, into individual planes, you could call it. If you want to give it a bit more depth, of course, you can then give it another layer of these hairs, which don't necessarily even have to be connected to the main hair that is on top, because it's going to be covered anyway. But this is very useful for creating, yeah, like very line artless top parts of the hair. It also allows you to get a lot of control when it comes to the bottom of the hair. So here for these like individual frills, you could call them, it allows you to very cleanly define what the final strand at the bottom is supposed to look like. But also the downside of this is that it can be quite complex to work with, because the more detail you add at the bottom, the more intersections or the more separations you do, the more you have to then kind of merge them together at the top. This is where like triangles come into play a lot, and that's how, like, where triangles can be very, very useful. Like here, for example, this merges together with these triangles, like all this right here. See how it merges together with these triangles, just to get rid of this second edge right here. This is where triangles can be very, very useful, and where you can use triangles to create another separation and another separation and another separation. And you can also see it like here for the Luffy one. Look how this one is all just one big blanket, I guess you could call it, with like these blobs, but they're still part of the same shape. If I were to move this, see how it's still part of the same overall mass? Same with this one. See how this is all just one big blanket wrapped over the head. One thing you can then consider once you've created these hair strands like that is that you can either keep them in a 2D plane as a 2D plane, or you can give them a little bit of thickness. Here in this, for example, here in this example, you can see that they decided to give these strands thickness so that when you look at them from the side or from the front, for example, that the ones that are on the side are still visible, which isn't the case, of course, with the first version of hair that I have shown you. The plain hair, you don't see it from the side. And so to avoid them just vanishing, when you move to the planar angle where they disappear, you can give them a little bit of thickness like this. And then, of course, you can make it, whether it's like a cube like this, a cube ending like this, or it's a bit sharper like this with a triangle ending. That is something you can decide. Depending on how the silhouette for your hair is supposed to look like. You can kind of vary between the cube and the triangle. The benefit of this hairstyle, or this kind of style of hair, is that you really define where the line out would be. Usually line out is created where you can see the silhouette of an object. And so with this style of hair, you can really define where the silhouettes of the individual strands split. And that's also why there isn't really much line out at the top. Everything is one mesh. Everything's just one blanket. There is no silhouette, because the silhouette is at the bottom of the hair where the individual strands are. Whereas with the curve hair, and then especially with the individual like plain hair, you can definitely see a lot more line art. So depending on, you know, like your style of hair, some anime hair is very, very simple, like Naruto, for example, which is basically only has line art around the silhouette of the hair, whereas other ones which have much more detailed like line art inside the silhouette of the hair, it can vary a lot between anime. So which one is being used in the one that you want to create kind of defines which of these types of hair would apply to you the best. And then, of course, you can also not just use one of them. You can, for example, combine all of them, like using this one, creating the blanket, and then having some tubes. As you can see here, they use tubes for this so that they don't disappear at all from any angle. But you can make these also just simple planes. Here, for example, I combined not only the blanket at the top here, but also I have the tubes right here and on the side. So what I'm saying is basically you can combine them as well. You don't have to just use one type. Using them all together probably creates the best result in most cases. If you want to learn more about 3D anime, make sure to check out my free 3D anime course here on YouTube. In there, I basically try to condense all the information that I have gathered over the last 2.5 years of creating my projects and learning things and researching things and testing things, basically. And I've tried to put it all into this one course for free, which you can see and find on YouTube. So if you're curious about that and want to learn more and go more in depth in creating your own 3D anime, for example, make sure to check out the description where you'll find the link to it. Otherwise, I guess you can also just enjoy more of these clips if you want. So yeah, do whatever you want.